It's time for a tournament. Xylophoney here with Pixelmon, let's go. And I have my flying team ready for the 3 Pokemon Monotype tournament. This is all for level 35s, so let's take a look at these Pokemon I have. We have our Gliscor, who is a jolly nature, so he's going to be extra fast. I trained him with a little bit all around. I gave him a lot of, tankiness, some special defense, some health, okay, so I was really lazy with his training. But he's got moves such as Earthquake, Acrobatics, and then a little bit of Roost and Sandstorm if I try to find someone who I'm probably going to be able to take some hits from, because that'd be a funny combo. We have Hawlucha, who's coming in with the Flying Press and Acrobatics, with a little side surprise of Fire Punch and Thunder Punch. And of course we have Gyarados, who I was not able to get Dragon Dance on because of his level, but we do have Earthquake, Stone Edge, Bounce, and Aqua Tail. So maybe once we do get ourselves Dragon Dance, we'll replace the Aqua Tail with Waterfall, and we'll probably end up replacing the Stone Edge with the Dragon Dance. But I did manage to get Bounce on him right before the tournament started. Yeah, the tournament's over, by the way. There's a result, and I think you'll be very interested to see who it is. But without further ado, let's get into the tournament. Oh wait, look, a Zygarde. Cool.
Welcome to the second Pixelmon tournament on the Pixelmon Let's Go server. Welcome everybody. You guys all look beautiful. You dressed warmly.
Hello.
You need to speak up. We can't hear you here in the
I'm
back.
all the way down here. The second annual tournament? No, it's not just once a year. This is like the second monthly tournament. Anyway, let me just go over the rules real quick, in case anyone's confused, and in case people who are watching have no idea what's going on. You are allowed to use, it's a monotype tournament, first of all, so all of your Pixelmon or Pokemon should share a single type. You can have multiple types on one, but they should all have one common type. Other rules, level 35 or lower, 3 Pokemon per team, no legendaries or mythic Pokemon, no held items, no one-hit knockout moves.
So I'm just going to talk over a few of these matches since it gets a little loud when everyone's in the same call. But we have Ground versus Ferry, I believe, here. Beef versus Endless. So we see the Rhyhorn going in with Earthquake, Sylveon doing damage. Both kind of, tanky Pokemon, but Sylveon's probably the better one. Endless goes for a switch, getting out the Quagsire. Interesting choice. Probably going to not be the best. The Quagsire should be able to finish off the Sylveon, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it because Quagsire is going to be looking pretty low, and yes, indeed, he is. But, in fact, Sylveon manages to live, which is extremely bad for Endless, because that means he switched out for nothing at this point. So I'm assuming that Quagsire is just going to take the hit and go down here, and we'll see what the final ground Pokemon on the team is. Pretty short match, but we have a Hippowdon. That can certainly at least take a hit, but once again, Sylveon should get the first move. It may go down to the Sandstorm if Hippowdon's using that, however, so that might make it a little easier for the Hippowdon to do something serious. But still, beating 2 more Fairy Pokemon with just a Hippowdon is going to be a little difficult. Fairy is a great type for this. I also think Ground is a great type. I almost went with it myself because, Gliscor. But we decided to go with the Flying instead. So Hippowdon does indeed take a hit, but manages to take one out, and it's up against a Gardevoir. Gardevoir is going to have that special attack to get around Hippowdon, so I think this match is going to be just about over. So Hippowdon is going to go in for a move. He does take the hit from Magical Leaf, but I don't think he's going to one-shot a Gardevoir. Nope, even with a crit. And that was a really good one. He crunched it too. But it's not just Psychic, it's also Fairy type, so it's not exactly super effective. Gardevoir is going to go in with the speed and finish off Hippowdon, and I believe Rhyhorn is still alive to be finished off by Gardevoir as well and finishing out this battle. So, that's how this one ends, I'm pretty sure. Let's move on to my match, who, funny enough, it's going to be me versus Mario in the first round. What are the chances? Yep.
Yeah.
Which
Next
side do you want,
matchup,
Mario?
Mario versus Xylophoney.
All right, well, this is going to be GG. I know he has one on that.
Yeah, we did a little bit of, talking about our teams together.
Oh no
and
way! So
together.
he's got the type matchup on you.
A little bit. It's not immediate.
Why am I sending my
type
guy out? I don't know how to
It's-
send my guy out.
It's 1 Pokemon.
It's 2 Pokemon.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is too.
The other one I'm not worried about. It's the
Okay.
one.
You should be worried about both.
All right.
Well, let's get this going.
3, 2, 1, go for it.
Go.
Start off with a beautiful Gliscor.
It's gorgeous.
Here we go.
Quite a
Let's see.
specimen.
He has that out here. So,
Oh, wait, why is,
Magmortar.
why is my... I'm healed before this. Why is my Magmortar already damaged?
is it her?
Is it a?
Is it
Yeah,
about
it's full
heal?
to me.
Yeah, it's like, it's 98 to 100.
If you want to hop out and heal, I'm fine with
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. I don't know why. I just healed before this.
It looked like it
it's
took
a-
damage when you threw it out, Mario.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes that happens. If it gets stuck in a block, it'll take like 1 or 2 HP.
Yep. I don't think it would make
Yeah.
a difference for most of the attacks I have, but
Well, you never know. 1
No.
HP could be the
it very
difference.
well could.
Could be the saber.
Okay.
All right.
Don't forget to spectate again, spectators.
Yes.
Everyone's
Yeah, I'm gonna
spectating?
quit spectating because I get kicked every
Spectate.
time.
Alright, so here's where
That's
Mario's gonna switch out to his Talonflame, anticipating an earthquake. Oh, he didn't.
Whoa, what the heck just happened?
hello.
My score
What the
fainted.
Wow.
Yes.
Magmortar, one shot.
I
Live
do.
score.
I know, Xylo. I do videos with you all the time.
Very nice.
He had the inside information, man.
What move did you use?
He just used a
Overheat.
fire move and beat that thing with a special
Overheat.
defense
That was a
trait.
one shot?
That's why I thought you were gonna use Gliscor first to set that up. So I knew your weakness was special
I
defense.
hope Mario beats me here. He deserves it.
These guys know each other way too well.
We
right?
do. This was a rough first matchup for us.
Ooh,
Thunderbolt.
Gyarados
Of course,
takes a little-
Gyarados tanks
Oh,
a
Mag
Thunderbolt.
Mortar.
No, it's
Wow.
not because of that, Xylo. It's because I dropped my special attack so much because of overheat.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yep, I understand that.
All right.
totally.
Arcanine's gonna take this
Let's
matchup.
lead here.
Definitely understand it.
I feel even
Arcanine,
more
I
of
think
a
I
good
lose.
mouse.
Gyarados now.
I think I lose, guys.
What game are they talking about?
To
Gyarados is
translate, he
out.
said, "I am nerd."
I lost a beat because I overheated.
I should.
Arcanine's
I'm
taking.
alive.
You barely survived.
Who's your last? Wait, no, you.
Arcanine is
think you
extreme
win.
speed.
Oh,
No, no,
I
those-
win!
Speed.
I
Haruka
actually
fainted.
won.
Mario Mania progresses.
Well
I
done.
am so glad I
Great
predicted
call.
you.
So
That
good.
was
GG.
pretty impressive.
That was great.
GG. Good. That's good.
Quick match too. Way to go.
Yeah.
I thought I was.
I have things to do
predicting
today,
him.
so I appreciate this.
Of course, we got you. We got you.
Xylo, I'm
Nice.
sorry. I bred that Arcanine for him.
Oh, you jerk. That's a good Arcanine. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the funny thing is, I actually bred him in. I actually EV trained his HP so he could tank hits, and it worked out.
So I may have lost in the first round of a Pixelmon tournament with a team I was very confident with, but you know, these kinds of things happen. At least I can say it's not because of some dumb luck, it's just because I made one miscalculation and Mario predicted very well that I would choose certain moves. And well, that certainly happened. Now, we did look up afterwards, and funny enough, his Magmortar had a 48% chance of one-shotting my Gliscor there, and my Gliscor absolutely outsped it, and would one-shot it with Earthquake. So that's on me. He had yet a little bit of luck, yes, but that would have completely changed that battle, and I would have won, and Mario would not have. But hey, at least it was Mario, so hopefully you'll see later in this video if Mario will be able to go ahead and, you know, do some great things in this tournament. He also has a really serious team, so I think his chances are pretty good. I don't love Fire's typing, but I also don't know how many of the direct counters are going to be in this tournament, so I think he might do all right. But anyway, to cheer you up, we got this Zygarde just waiting around right here. This is actually a separate one than the one that spawned in the beginning of this video. Yeah, I kind of might have introed for too long, and that one in the beginning of the video despawned. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. We lost that Zygarde, but this one we'll get for sure, right? Crowbat going in with the Leech Life to get it nice and low, and we should be able to catch it with no problem. No, seriously, we do catch this thing, no problem. Like, how many Pokeballs have we thrown? Like, we only have to throw like 5 Pokeballs and we got this thing. It was very easy. I don't even know why I'm trying so hard with the Leech Life, but, you know, that's how it happened. We got a Zygarde, we lost the tournament, but you want to see the end of this tournament. You want to see the result. So let's move on. We have the next battle here, or one of the next battles. I'm not going to show you all of them. You can check out everyone's perspectives for that, but now we have another flying team going in. We have Fnassau versus Dr. Jim Jim, and I believe we're looking at Steel versus Flying, or Flying versus... No, wait, this is Flying versus... Ferry? I forget what the... No, versus Dragon? Yeah, Flying versus Dragon. That's what it is. Look, I know what I'm talking about. It's a little hard to predict off of one Pokemon, since almost every Pokemon in this are dual typings. So we see, of course, Skarmory and Altaria out there. Skarmory has the inherent advantage, being Steel type, but then we see Talonflame come out. So this is Steel versus Flying. So this Flying one took a different direction than I did. It has Talonflame and Altaria, which are still two very good choices. The reason I chose Flying is because I had many good choices. So Talonflame is going to have an extreme advantage against most of this, but Lairon might be able to fight back. If Lairon can hit with a solid rock move, it should be able to drop Talonflame. However, since he switched into Lairon, he gets to get an extra hit on him for free, and the speed of Talonflame is going to be all over that. So the switch was probably not a good call, but Aegislash is out here. Unfortunately, another Steel type that's not going to resist Talonflame, but maybe Aegislash got something up his sleeve. I can't imagine him having anything that would take care of Talonflame with ease. So the Altaria for certain is not the best Pokemon to counter all this, but it's still faster than either of the remaining Steel Pokemon, so it should be enough to finish things off. And the Aegislash goes for a Swords Dance. He tried to be super risky about it, but unfortunately Talonflame did enough damage, and it will certainly outspeed and finish this off. But he does go for a Quick Attack, unknowing that Aegislash is a Ghost type, in fact. So Aegislash gets to go for a Sacred Sword, but it's also not, hugely effective against a Talonflame. So Talonflame does manage to get the kill here. Now Talonflame should get a free hit against a Skarmory, which might not kill. Skarmory is a tank. However, there are still two more Pokemon on this Flying team that should be able to move forward. But let's move on to another battle as Flying takes a win. I believe next up we have Richie going into battle. Richie is going with a Poison team, which should be very good in this competition, and it looks like he's going up against a Fire team. We see a Charmeleon go down, a Flareon go down, and with Richie starting with a Tentacruel, things are going very bad for this Fire team. Now, Talonflame does have the speed, but it doesn't necessarily have a move that's going to beat Tentacruel. Tentacruel goes for Hydro Pump and misses, so Talonflame tries to take advantage of that and go for some speed boosting capabilities. But the only move it has is Razor Wind, so it's not able to do enough damage to Tentacruel. Talonflame does, however, have Roost, so it'll try to heal itself up. Kind of able to tank some of the hits from Tentacruel, but Richie decides to go for a much more reliable Sludge Bomb and puts an end to that. Moving on, we have a Poison team versus a Ferry team. Now, one would expect this to be very one-sided. However, Beef is going in with his Gardevoir against HC Justin. So Trubbish is going to go down to a Gardevoir. Strong Psychic move will do it. Crobat, however, has the speed advantage on Gardevoir, but it might not have the damage to drop Gardevoir. I think it's going to bring it very low, and Gardevoir is going to come in with yet another Psychic. So it goes down extremely low. And sure, it might sound like I'm just saying these things because I witnessed the battle, but I was making these calls out at the time. Now, a Psychic should not be able to one-shot a Scolipede, but the Scolipede is a lower level. It's not capped out at 35, so anything could happen. Scolipede can, however, finish off Gardevoir, but it might not be able to take down the rest of the team. I don't think it has quite the possibility, but I was wrong. A Psychic does one-shot him. Well, with a crit, but hey, that still counts. Next up, we have, let's see, looks like, Beefy yet again has to fight a Poison team, but this time it's Richie's team. Gardevoir goes in strong and hits that Tentacruel, but it's not enough with Tentacruel's high special defense. Tentacruel gets a solid hit on Gardevoir, and then switches out to Crobat. Or once he dies, he goes to Crobat. Now Crobat can easily finish off Gardevoir with his speed. This might be a point where Beef wants to switch, because Gardevoir is the only answer for Psychic, and Crobat wins guarantee here. So it seems that the two players are choosing carefully. Richie's just going to rush in there with a fast, powerful move, either Acrobatics or a Poison move if he has one. Either should do the trick, and Acrobatics does happen. Beef doesn't switch out, so he's left with two Fairies against two Poison Pokemon. Togekiss comes out, but in this particular matchup, the Crobat has the type advantage. Unless Togekiss has something sneaky. Oh, Extra Sensory. Not bad. Another Psychic move. However, once again, Crobat has the speed, so it's going to take the advantage there. And it's going in with Steel Wing rather than any Poison move. Interesting. But Sylveon comes out. Now, Sylveon should be able to take a hit from Crobat and then finish off Crobat afterwards, but it's going to take a lot of damage to get there. Yeah. And Richie still has one Pokemon left as long as it can take a hit. Well, maybe it can't. It's a Roserade, but Roserade's got some speed to it, so it should be enough to finish off this Sylveon without much trouble. Still, as a Psychic or as a Fairy team, Those psychic moves almost let him beat 2 poison teams, so good job there. But on to another interesting type countering matchup, we have Mario versus Babs. Fire versus Water. Arcanine versus Melodic. Now, we know Arcanine's probably packing that Wild Charge, so that Melodic's going to take a solid hit, but the tankiness of Melodic should be able to take it. Arcanine also survives a hit from a Water Pulse, so who knows what's going to happen next. Extreme Speed is probably coming from Arcanine, but a smart switch goes out into Ludicolo, probably assuming to save the Melodic and take the Wild Charge. However, Ludicolo should have some good moves to finish off Arcanine and is tanky enough to survive the hit. As Talonflame comes out, Talonflame should be able to finish off this move because, incredible speed. But Ludicolo, did its purpose. With the water Pokemon there and without the Wild Charge, it's going to be a little harder for Mario to overcome the water team. However, Talonflame should get an easy kill here. If Babs does go for any switches, then it'll put him at a higher advantage because he's getting more free damage out there with a Talonflame. But we'll see. We'll see. It looks like the 2 players are choosing wisely what they're going to do. As I kick myself saying, man, I could beat this water team. But he's trying hard. He goes in, gets the quick attack to make sure he can take out the Ludicolo, because this is not a Gale Wings. It's not a Gale Wings Talonflame, so he has to resort to using quick attack to get those priority moves. But between extreme speed and quick attack, priority is definitely on his side. Now we see a Kingdra come out. Not exactly the easiest for a fire team to deal with. Electric's not great against it, grass isn't fantastic against it, and honestly, I don't think Mario has those moves. So he goes for Brave Bird to get as much damage as possible on it, and Hydro Pump missed. Hydro Pump missed. So he goes in for another Brave Bird, finishes that off, and it looks like Talonflame is going to take the win all the way home. Fire has defeated Water, and Mario moves on to fight Richie. Alright, so we see a clear advantage on the start here.
This guy hits hard.
Magmortar takes a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rose Raid's out.
Roserade's done.
That's
It's huge, but Magmortar just crippled himself a little bit.
Just a little.
Tentacool.
Tentacruel.
Yeah, I was about to say Mario.
Oh, that's risky,
switch.
Mario.
Oh, Talonflame.
That's risky, Mario.
Out.
Tentacruel might outspeed the Magmortar. Oh, he doesn't.
The psychic though is incredible.
Magmortar's out.
That's why I
Sounds like
wanted to try to one. I wanted to
think
try
I
to
go
win.
down here though, because he's got wild charge and he's
Wild
probably gonna
Charge takes Tentacruel, so
Tentacruel fainted.
can Arcanine sweep?
That's the thing.
Can he
Can
tank?
Robot
I think he can tank
Arcanine.
this.
he can tank it? Can I?
That
I
took
can.
Oh,
That's it. I win.
That's it.
No.
I
No, I
win.
win.
Wait,
I
wait.
Mario won.
Wait,
Extreme
yeah,
speed.
Crobat
Richie.
fainted.
Mario won.
Oh, extreme speed.
Yep.
No way.
Crobat fainted.
Yeah,
Mario
Crobat
win.
fainted.
Nice.
Oh, Richie,
Yeah,
I'm gonna take this
GG.
one seriously. Get out of there.
I love how he's screaming, I win! I win! No, you don't.
Like, Richie
I-
basically spiked the football just in
forgot
front of the
about extreme
touchdown line.
speed.
That's right.
No,
You
no,
gave
no,
him that
no, no.
extreme speed.
I did.
Thanks to Richie, Mario was able to take another victory and move on to the finals. We finished up a little bit early, so we can watch the semifinals of the other side. This is Etho versus Neveress, Ice versus Ghost, and Aegislash does a quick move to take down the Mamoswine, having type effectiveness in the Steel versus Ice. We now have a Lapras come out, so interesting team choice for Neveress, but it should be pretty effective against anything but a Shedinja. Yeah, Neveress had just gotten done beating Captain Sparkles, and Etho had just gotten done beating Stenstone, so I had a feeling these were going to be some pretty good matches, but let's see. I think this is going to come down to Shedinja, or at least at the time, I was talking a lot about Shedinja. So Shedinja can only get hit by certain things, you see. That being like rock, fire, flying, or maybe a couple other things that can hit it. Because to hit a Shedinja, you have to be super effective. So Etho seems to be playing this extremely smart, trying to see what his opponent has, and taking out all the threats to Shedinja, then being able to clean up with Shedinja. I'm pretty sure this is the reason why that bracket took so long, because he is playing very slow and very calculated, which is quite nice. So he switches out to Shedinja, predicting an ice move, which is quite correct, and it is unable to hit Shedinja. Now, he's going to try to read what this Cloyster has, because Cloyster definitely has the potential to have a rock move, and a rock move will sink the Shedinja so fast. So he'd either have to use Protect with the Shedinja or switch out to another Pokemon, which he does, and he goes for the Gengar. Gengar is quickly destroyed by that Rock Blast he was afraid of. So now he has to deal with that Rock Blast with his Aegislash. He has to stop Cloyster, but if this Cloyster is defeated, Etho wins. If the Shedinja is defeated, Neveress wins. So it's really a battle of timing. Cloyster's going to protect itself, or Aegislash is going to protect itself, and Cloyster's going to go in for another attack. Protect isn't super good in this exact timing, but Aegislash is able to get a Sword Stance, and probably just go for another Protect to use up the power points. But then we see something unexpected. We see the Lapras come out in an effort to save the Cloyster. So Shedinja's brought back out in an effort to save the Aegislash, because this is now a chess game. It has to be Aegislash to defeat Cloyster, and it has to be Cloyster to defeat Shedinja, and Shedinja automatically defeats Lapras. So it's very interesting. So the chess moves continue. Aegislash comes out. Cloyster hasn't Shell Smashed yet, but it is burned by Shedinja. So time is definitely on Etho's side here. Aegislash, however, has to wake up or else he might go down to this Cloyster. So we'll have to see what happens. Cloyster gets a critical hit, but without the Shell Smash, it's not quite enough damage to put a scratch on Aegislash. Aegislash also has the rest, of course, so it can get its health back. He goes back into Lapras. I suppose Lapras is the answer for Aegislash, especially when it's asleep, it might be the answer. So we'll see what comes down to that. But Lapras may have a move that can defeat Aegislash. He's definitely trying to time this extremely correctly. Aegislash goes for the King's Shield, protects itself as he wakes up, meaning Lapras is once again at a disadvantage. Here's where the tides could turn. A smart prediction could either, save or sink someone. So Aegislash just goes for the safe play and uses rest once again, while Lapras stays out and goes for some attacking moves. But then Etho predicts the attacks from Lapras and goes for Shedinja. If he can get the burn off right here, then it'll mean Lapras is also put on a timer. Once again, tricky predictions could change everything here. But Shedinja goes for an X-Scissor because Etho knows that Cloyster needs to be defeated for him to win. If Cloyster goes down, which is getting closer and closer to happening, then he can win. So Shedinja protects itself just so the burn can continue doing damage. Now he's forced to switch into Aegislash, but the burn's going to do the rest of the work for him. Even if Cloyster is able to set up and get ready to defeat Aegislash, both of these Pokemon have Protect, and he can stall out until this Cloyster goes down. And at this moment is where Etho won, and he gets to go ahead and face Mario. Now this is where everyone in the chat was making predictions. Everyone thought Etho was going to sweep this competition. Me, knowing Pokemon and knowing Mario extremely well, Fire beats Shedinja. So Mario has an entire team of Pokemon who Shedinja does not threaten whatsoever. And also, Fire's really good against Steel. So I'm assuming Mario's gonna win, but let's see the rest of this match. Lapras goes out, tries to surf against Shedinja, but it's ineffective. Shedinja's gonna burn Lapras. Shedinja's gonna X-Scissor Lapras and just slowly walk this victory all the way home, because that's all he needs to do.
Alright, Mario, this is where you forfeit because it's Etho and he has an annoying...
Etho's team is mean.
Well, if I
Tell me about it!
I'm putting it on Mario.
if I can beat by the loser,
homework.
I believe Mario is fire, which means this is going to be anticlimactic for an ending.
I'm saying Mario here.
That's my main counter.
Are we going to the other?
No, we might as well stay here. Everybody's here.
No.
we're going to
this one. But it's going to be. But first, we have to do Neveress versus
That's
Richie.
right. Yeah.
Let's see the battle for third place. Ice versus Poison. Richie versus Neveress. So we see Tentacruel going up against Cloyster. A pretty reasonable matchup. Cloyster goes straight in for the Rock Blast and gets a ton of damage on Tentacruel, but it's not quite enough, and Sludge Bomb with a special attack is able to get past Cloyster's defensive shell. So that's going to give a early lead to Richie. But there's no inherent advantages or disadvantages with one team against another. Tentacruel was able to set up some Toxic Spikes to poison up Lapras even more, but of course Lapras is able to finish off Tentacruel before going down. Roserade comes out, and a Grass move should do a lot of damage to Lapras. And indeed it does. Energy Ball is able to finish off Lapras. Now Richie has 2 Pokemon left, and a Mamoswine comes out. So we have a ground type here. Roserade just has to go for an Energy Ball and wins just like that. Anyway, let's move on to the next round. Go Mario.
Well,
Thought I was bad.
Hold on. GG.
Horribly
He is
thrown
beef.
Neveress.
Hey, Rich, I'll come beat you up real quick.
Richie cheated
No.
somehow. That's all I know.
We have, of course, Mario versus Etho. The fire type versus the ghost type.
What do? Do I take a risk? I think I have to take a risk, right?
You have to take a risk.
Definitely.
I should have taken
Oh,
it.
you avoided it.
Oh.
Oh, that's not good.
Take the hit though.
That's true. Arcanine.
Well,
Okay, we got
Yeah,
one in.
Oh, there we go.
That's big.
That's a good start.
That's
Okay,
big.
second sleep was a success.
And
Gengar
Ray
Yeah.
Dream Eater.
Okay, stay, Mario.
Good move.
Mario, stay asleep. Okay. Not time for school.
Oh, it wasn't enough.
It's still asleep. Can Gengar outspeed?
Doesn't matter, yeah, Gengar.
Yeah, Gengar outspeeds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Not gonna
Oh,
doesn't
Mario
affect
goes with a normal type move.
Mario making a.
That could be crucial.
No, I did that
Either way,
because
he wouldn't
I
have
knew,
outsped anyway.
I did that
Gang-
because I knew it was gonna put me first, and if I woke up, then Dream Eater wouldn't have done anything. That's why.
Either way,
I agree.
checkmate.
Yeah.
Talonflame.
Fire and flying tap.
Well, I mean that strategy kind of worked. Right?
Ouch.
Wow, that guy's strong.
Yeah.
He missed. What do you
Yep.
That's Talonflame.
Gengar's letting you down, man.
Yeah.
To be fair, that is a
Wow.
six.
Here comes
Wow.
Dude,
That's
no.
Types.
I thought I would trick him
That
out.
was the checkmate, and it's over.
I thought I would trick him out with that.
Probably.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Aegis
Yeah.
Slash won't beat Magnum Water.
Yeah, Aegis Slash definitely won't be Mega
Not
Man.
cool.
Aegis Slash took a lot of damage.
yeah, you did.
Oh, the
His
sword
attack was
thing.
increased sharply.
But steel against fire, it's not gonna end well.
Nope.
You know what, Etho? I still
Flashbulbs
believe in you.
I mean, Gengar could somehow pull it out, but I doubt it.
There's a lot of Geodudes around. If you guys noticed.
Wow.
No, I couldn't get the sleep off.
Aegis Slash fainted.
Alright,
Gengar with his 1 HP is out.
Ouch.
I win.
GG. Good,
GG.
good battle.
Yo.
All right,
Tournament.
so
Game.
first place gets banned, right? That's what's happening.
Quick, steal his XP.
Never make that jump. I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for participating. Who stuff is over here?
Mario's.
Mario.
Why did you? Why?
He got assassinated.
Brutally murdered him.
Somebody killed him? Oh,
He got assassinated.
Play
Shut
Pokemon
the
on Switch.
news,
Why?
man. Oh my god.
That was good. That was
Where's
fun.
the officer on this server,
You did
man?
really well, man.
Yeah.
Someone to pick up your stuff?
No, I'm on my way back. I got
Bruce just committed
Talonflame.
seppuku.
Wait. Whose is this stuff?
Oh,
This
there's
is
not
Flute.
this stuff.
Probably
Floozy
He got
Flute.
shot and then jumped to death.
Okay.
That was good. GG, Mario. Congrats on the second place, Etho. Congrats on the third place, Richie.
Thank you.
And I guess we'll see you guys in the next tournament.
There's like a bunch. Everybody's dying. I can't even stand over
Yeah,
there.
everybody's dead now.
I'm getting out of here.
All right,
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Run
See ya.
away. Run away.
Bye-bye.
I got it.
So, I wasn't able to win the tournament, but however, I did go down to the first place, so there's some consolation in that. And looking at the matchups, I may be able to imagine that if I were to move on past Mario, I would have had much of the same results as him, considering flying also counters the Shedinja very easily. But congratulations to Mario, congratulations to Richie for getting third place, and Etho for getting second with that cheeky strategy. I did, however, manage to get one major victory that day. I found it. The hidden ability Zygarde, which will evolve into a Gliscor with Poison Heal. If you've never seen me use a Gliscor with Poison Heal before, it is one of the best tanks in the entire game. It is going to be able to take hits, heal up, and take down opponents one by one. And of course we get some really good health to boost it up as well, so things should be looking up for us as soon as we get to use items. But, alas, we didn't do too well in this tournament. Hopefully we'll do better in the next one. We just had the unfortunate event of going first against the winner of the entire tournament. So be it. Go ahead. Say whatever you want in the comments. I can take it. I can take it. But of course we got Zygarde as well, so nice. Very nice. Thank you guys for watching once again. Make sure you comment down below any Pokemon you think I should train next, because we don't even know what the next kind of tournament is, so we can go for whatever we want. I'm going to actually stack up on some Pokeballs so we don't miss any more legendaries, though, for any silly reasons. I'm going to get prepped. I'm going to find some items. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready for the next one, guys. It's going to be fine. So, leave a like if you've enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.